A window separates a space from another space. A picture window is a way to hollow out the space above one's couch, where instead of hanging a painting, they may hang a clear piece of glass. From the safety of their suburbanite shells, the well-to-do mollusks of this life watch the deformed vagrants of the world. Now it's time to reverse the order. I'm looking in your window tonight. I see many things in your hideaway. You would think that someone like me, with so little in the way of possessions, might want some of your more expensive items. Watches, jewelry, credit cards. Your first assumption is that I'm like you. That's wrong. These trinkets are irrelevant to me right now, even though I'm hungry. I do not wish to steal, merely observe. I like knowing what you're made of. I like knowing what informs you, what makes you twitch. I like understanding why you are what you are. I'm always fascinated by the array of humanity around me, how it functions. You are someone of middle-class stature. You've never had to look outside your door. Everything has been provided for you, but you don't realize it. Your needs have always been taken care of. I can tell. You take pride in your dwelling. The assumption that everything will always be there is so internalized now, you never question it. I envy that part of you. It must be nice to have a bubble where everything is always the same. For instance, you know for some reason there'll always be asswipe in your bathroom, a continuous supply that you'll never have to change. The bills are always paid by somebody, but it's never a worry. You fit in. Your job will always pay, and you will always come home, watch the same sitcoms, read the same book over and over. You will have your life regimented and organized to the point where you can predict the meals every week. I see a calendar on your fridge that says just that. I can tell by your choice in glassware that you have never been without food or water, and the fruit bowl is always full. Looks like you enjoy apples. Looking further, I see you have the entire collection of Harry Potter. A few oddly littered true crime novels are interspersed between all of these, and reveal your obsession with the Son of Sam and Jeffrey Dahmer. You seek out these people because they're the human equivalent of a violent red blotch scattered across the pristine white canvas of your day. Your life has become so predictable that you need outside sources to make it interesting. The occasional killer story gets your flesh just bumpy enough that you're reminded of your survival instincts. Just for a second, the roots of your ancestors wake up inside you, and you're united with the beasts in their carnality. Then you go back to the Sudoku puzzle in the corner, don't you? The killer movies wake you up just enough to feel sorry for the kids in Africa, to send them a token donation over the holidays. Someone does that too on your behalf. Under the same token, you avoid the slum areas of town because you hate to see the homeless ladies picking from the dumpsters with their shopping carts. When you see the workers striking on the corner, you speed up to get away from them. Your parents have always told you that unions are useless. You look at the man with the red face in the sign, you see his anger, and that makes you run away quicker. They're a bunch of whiners, you think to yourself as you chew on your Costco delicacies. You want light awareness today. Low fat, low calorie. That's what the window is for. You can look through it as you cruise by in your moderately priced automobile, and then look away if it gets to be too much. Looking is a luxury for you, isn't it? Hitler was a master of window watching, you know. What? You haven't read up on your history. For shame. He used to roll down the blinds on his windows as he passed through the towns he massacred. Your blinds are far more elegant, though. Those new ones. The kind with the pull-down accordion fabric. They are beautiful, I must say. You have lovely taste. I do enjoy the way you decorate your selective blindness, my friend. They're well crafted, those blinds. Oh, sure. You want to be rich someday. That's why you've been talking to advisors about putting the right amount away. You're sure to break the bracket in the next 10 years. Positive if you keep going the way you are, you'll never have to worry again. I can tell by the neutrals you've chosen for your sitting room. The oatmeal gray gives you away. I can tell you cruise among the flatliners of this life. You bide your time while keeping a steady watch, making sure the curve doesn't rise too steeply nor fall too deeply. Heaven forbid you should have to feel anything more than a bit of discomfort when you can't buy the Kleenex with the lotion and have to settle for regular brands, wiping the highly saturated, high-quality mucus out of your nostrils. I see you have a lovely purebred dog. It looks like a retriever. It's sleeping and I won't wake it. Even if it did wake up, I certainly wouldn't imagine it would be overly protective. You suburbanites, your choice of companion animals mirror your beige-colored, boring approach to reality. You shouldn't be so transparent. Your attitudes are predictable, and they radiate around everything you wipe your white-gloved fingers across. Retrievers are easily led. They're loved for their stupid ability to trust without question. You and your subspecies of human relatives with their industrial revolutionary pre-programmed DNA have dumbed down an animal severely enough that it will not retaliate, even when the world beats it. I do find these things charming, but completely unrealistic. That dog is like you. If it were set loose in the wilderness, it would charge up to a grizzly bear and try to befriend it, and get its head lopped off in one swipe. But that is the nature of you domesticated people. No instinct left in your body, no resilience, and no resourcefulness. I will say I don't have the best sense of direction, but I do have one hell of a compass. That was how I got here before. I saw your station wagon and decided to investigate. I wanted to know what kind of brain would drive that kind of metal dinosaur. I've observed too many Lexus drivers lately. I needed a change of pace. And who am I? Everything you're not. Everything you're afraid to be, and yet in awe of because you've never had the guts. I'm someone thriving on my wits, and unlike you, I'm composed of invisible muscle mass, not the kind you can build with 10 million jars of protein powder, but the kind that has carried me over a lifetime of battling your sociological fabric and mores. They are devils, those mores. Beheading them is a sport. When you see me walking through the drifts in a midwinter blizzard, you will flinch on your cell phone and curse me for having to cross the street in front of you. In the malls, you look down your nose at me, bathed in your nauseating perfume that you wear to my $10 gym and pollute my air with. In the grocery store, as I race out with 6 bags of groceries that I have to walk 8 blocks with, you will slam your car door into my leg and not look me in the eye until I force you to apologize for not looking where you're going. The bruise from your oversized SUV that takes up 2 parking spots and prevents the single parent with 2 kids behind me from getting to her job will heal in approximately 2 weeks. It will prevent me from being able to extend my leg fully when I do my daily run. Your lack of awareness is disturbing. I have incredible self-control. It takes every ounce of my inner strength not to do some kind of harm to you, or at least throw your Graco car seat into the middle of the parking lot. Do your child a favor and teach him or her some manners, would you? I'm the person you scoff at because I can't afford the real Kraft dinner as opposed to the no-name brand. I'm the person who looks at your life through a different set of values, therefore you will curse me when I speak my mind. Because of what I said to your dad on August 9th, 2004, you will vote conservative until the day you die. I'm the bearer of your hand-me-downs, your second-hand shit you think is worthless, but clothed 2 immigrant girls yesterday. I am the ox that wears the yoke of your indifference and your selective consideration. Selective because that girl was starving, but she looked a little like your ex. Just a little. I'm everything you're scared of, everything you're afraid to overcome. Amazing we're the same animal, you and I. Unlike you, I think about my life. I weigh my choices. I don't accept or regurgitate on command. I'll never enslave myself to Benjamin Moore, doilies, your talk shows, the Weather Network, your mother, or pop psychology. I will not give in to your ritualism, your addictions, or your love of numbness. My uterus is not an enslavement tool. I think people need to think more than they do before they breed. I thought I would stop by on this fair winter night between blizzards and look into your elegant window. Even if I were ever elevated to a place like yours in this lifetime, rest assured I would not hoard as you do. I would use what I've earned by my own hand in a far more productive way. I wish you well, dweller of suburbanite bliss. It has been extremely interesting living in your wake for the past 20 minutes. Good day.